This first weekend of September marks a changing in seasons for many of us. If not on the calendar just yet, at least in our mindset. Labor Day is behind us, and sure, it was 90-something degrees yesterday, but there was a little coolness breeze in the air this morning, and you can tell that summer is beginning to fade, if not be downright gone. But the biggest indicator of all, of course, is the start of football season. From the first game on our new field here at St. Vincent de Paul this past Thursday, and if you haven't seen it, please come out and take a look. It is just beautiful. To the Friday night lights of high school teams, to Saturday afternoons on college campuses. I went yesterday down the street to Rice to watch my Cougs bring home a victory. To your favorite NFL team. The season is underway today, and for many, it will be a time of both joy and sorrow, highs and lows, thrilling victories, heartbreaking defeats. We will cheer for the good guys, go Texans, and boo the enemy. I'm looking at you, Cowboys fans. Get behind me, Satan. Take it in moderation, of course. Fandom of any sport is a good thing. It brings together a community, it builds character in young people, and it serves as a good outlet for many to enjoy a few hours with family and friends. Taken too far, though, it can get ugly, even obsessive. Several years ago, I was invited to a tailgate party at before a Texans game. And when a fellow who I didn't know asked me, what do you do for a living? Why are you drinking a beer at 10 a.m. in the morning? He was somewhat taken aback when I said, well, I'm a Catholic priest. And he said, oh, well, this is my church, he said, gesturing towards the stadium. I'm on a mission from God. I'm here every Sunday. Okay. Of course, that was a season that, if I'm not mistaken, they only won 2 games. So I simply patted him on the back and I said, I feel you, brother. I go to a lot of funerals too. Now, I don't know if Jesus cares much of who wins or loses, but he does know a thing or two about fans, which I remind you is short for fanatical. In today's gospel that Deacon has proclaimed for us from St. Luke, Jesus tells his disciples that if anyone comes to me without hating father and mother and even his own life, he cannot be my disciple. And whoever does not carry his own cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. Now, if that's the price of fandom, I'm not sure that's a tailgate that I necessarily want to go. How many of us want to carry our cross as Jesus did, much less hate our life? Wouldn't it be better to, grab a beer and watch the game? Yes, it would. And that's exactly what the Lord is getting at. The life of discipleship is not for a fair-weathered fan. If you lose interest when things get rough, when life turns hard and the clock is running down, then this is not the life for you. But the good news of our salvation is that the Lord has shown us the way and invites us, if you'll pardon the pun, to get into the game. Jesus calls us to dream big, to dare to imagine that we can follow him and find happiness and a joy that transcends pain and suffering. Think of it this way. If we follow the Lord, if we follow Jesus, and even if we don't follow Jesus, we're going to experience hardship and difficulty in life. If you put it into fandom terms, you win some, you lose some. We'll carry heavy burdens and heavy hearts, and all the more so if we dare to love as Christ loves us. But we are promised that we will also experience something wonderful, something greater than we can imagine, a love and a happiness that is beyond what this world can see and touch. What Jesus is getting at for his disciples long ago and for you and me today is our ego, our pride. He's challenging us to put aside indicators of importance, family connections, social status, possessions, and yes, even team allegiances, so that we might more freely follow him. Decide at the outset if this is what you want, he says, because this is what it's going to take. Calculate, he tells us, and his would-be followers, calculate whether you can afford this. And the question is, how can we not? Jesus' human life, his humanity, was not his own. From the very moment of his conception in the womb of the Virgin Mary, his existence was a gift from his Father. And it came with a mission. And we too share in that same mission. It comes to us by virtue of our baptism. We are to make Christ known, not as mere fans whose hopes rise and fall on the bounce of a ball, but by seeking to do his will and striving for holiness of life as our mission. Instead of keeping our options open for something better, hoping and praying for the winds of victory to blow our way for us or for our team, perhaps we should focus on that, the mission. Because one mission is better than 1,000 options. So ask yourself, is your heart aligned to your mission? Like that fellow in the parking lot at the Texans game. Where is your church? Where is our faith? The challenge is the same in every age. Fair-weathered fans need not apply. As the season starts, perhaps you're dreaming about what is to come. I wish your team good luck. Again, unless it's the Cowboys. But more than that, I pray that all of our dreams might rise up to meet God's dream for us, that we might know him and follow him in our hearts and in our hands, so that others might see Christ reflected in us. In that way, and in that way alone, through discipleship faithful to the mission that has been given and received, will we thus be able to indeed carry our cross and find the victory we seek.